Welcome back to another piano expressive session. Let's build on what we did last time. Firstly, check in with your posture. Make sure your back is straight and your neck is long, your shoulders are relaxed, your feet are flat on the floor, your forearms are angled down towards the keys or level with the keys, and you've got those lovely dome-shaped hands, curved fingers and nice relaxed wrists. You're also feeling positive and ready to focus on learning some new skills. Last time we focused on all of these things: your interaction with the keys and those lovely relaxed wrists, engaging your hearing to become aware of the sound that your instrument is making, moving smoothly between the keys with that nice mezzo-staccato articulation, creating flowing hand gestures, engaging your imagination to hear the music in your head before it comes out of your fingers, and shaping your phrases by using dynamics and selecting tempos for your music to create the character that tells its story and fits in with its style. We looked at the short piece, Which of Us is Clever? Today we're going to have a look at another piece and think about the difference between playing vertically and horizontally. Here's today's short tune entitled Raven. Underneath the fir trees laden, snowy branches hops a raven, caw, caw, caw. So it looks to me like we've got a black bird underneath a tree full of snow. If we have a look at the little tune, it's interesting in that it's got 6 bars, which is an unusual number of bars to have in music. We've got the tempo marking moderately, again, which is a fairly general broad term. We've got 2 treble clefs again, so both hands will be playing up this end of the piano. We've got a B flat at the beginning of our music. Looks like we could be in the key of F major. And we're counting 4 beats in a bar. You can see if you scan along the music, we've got our right hand doing most of the work, and then the left hand takes over towards the end. And we've got a bit of a decrescendo marking there in those last 2 bars, and little tenuto marks underneath each of those last middle C notes. Let's have a look at what's going on with this little tune, remembering that we're going to use our lovely swirly wrist motion as we play with our right hand and then our left hand. In the first bar, we've got 2 Fs played with our thumb, followed by a G, then a B flat, then we've got a couple of A's, then a C, B flat, in the third bar, a couple of A's, then a B flat, followed by G, and in the fourth bar, 2 Fs, then our left hand takes over with an E, and then on the fourth beat, a D, and then a middle C for 2 beats, another middle C for 2 beats, and then a middle C for 4 beats. So without too much thinking and just sight reading through our little tune, we've got this melody. Let's have a think about phrasing. It doesn't seem to me like there's any part of that little tune where we come to the end of an idea. It sounds to me like the whole tune continues towards those Cs, which are the end of the idea. In other words, the tune seems to me to be one great big long phrase that we keep moving forward through in order to get to those Cs. And that's called horizontal playing. So you're moving the music forward from start to finish, making one long phrase that tells a story till it gets to the end. As opposed to playing vertically. We don't really want something like this. Whilst that's one interpretation, it's probably not the best or the most interesting interpretation to listen to. All the levels of sound are the same, the rhythm is very, very robotic, and we're playing one note at a time in isolation from all the other notes. What we want to do in our phrase is to make the notes connected from one to the other until we get to the end of our little idea. How do we do that? And I suppose this is again where imagination comes into things. We need to hear the music flowing from start to end in one long horizontal movement. And this is where singing the tune or humming the tune as you play it can really help. Bring out the lyricism in your playing, because we want the piano to sound like it's singing this little tune. And singers tend to move in phrases with lilts, highs and lows, breaths and all sorts of bits and pieces in between. They don't sing very statically at the same level of sound and with the same rhythm the whole time. So if you're stuck on trying to understand the horizontal aspect of a phrase, try singing the tune. La, da, 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 dee, da, 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 and I've started to put my tenutos and my decrescendo in the end. Remember, tenuto means we need to hold on to the note a little bit longer than we should, just a nanosecond more, and we need to emphasize it by perhaps pressing a little bit more arm weight into that note to give it a little bit more emphasis. So what we're trying to do is to move that music forward from the beginning all the way to the end, where we get to those longer held middle Cs. Have a go at incorporating some singing or some humming when we come to the pause and play section and you work on this little tune. You'll be amazed at the different sound that you can attain when your hand starts to follow what you're hearing in your head. Here's my interpretation of Raven. Have a pause and have a play, keeping in mind all of the things that we've been talking about so far. Your relaxed wrist, engaging your hearing, moving smoothly between the keys, creating flowing coordinated gestures, engaging your imagination, hearing the music, selecting tempos and shaping phrases to shape the character of this little tune, and also start to think about playing horizontally to move the music forward in this longer phrase. Try the singing and the humming thing and see if it makes a difference. That's it for this session. Make sure that you have a think about what you've learned a few times between now and the next time we sit down and play together to really cement what you've learned into your brain and into your fingers. See you next time when we're going to put together everything that we've learned so far with our detached flowing playing.